Hello, welcome back. We're talking audio today. Have we recorded a podcast about audio yet? Probably not. But this is not about what you should use to record a podcast. This is not about any. This is about photography. And if you're a run and gun video shooter, then what should you get is a mic. What mics should you get that'll help you at your shoots? Now, your budget might not be endless, so we have options for that. And you might shoot something so specific, like a wedding, so we have options for that too. So, we are going to cover all the bases, starting with this one right here. This right here is the Zoom H4n. This thing is really nice to have for two reasons. One, if you're shooting a wedding, you're shooting an event, something where somebody is speaking, you can actually use an XLR cord, which I'll show you the bottom. That right here is an XLR port. You can just plug one in right there, and you can tap into a audio booth. You can tap into the DJ setup and get the exact audio from the microphone that the subject is talking into. Also, if you can't deal with the DJ, if you can't get in touch with them, you can actually tap into the back of a speaker through the audio out port to also get that audio that's coming through the microphone. This thing is a lifesaver whenever I'm shooting weddings. It's really, really nice because I don't have to worry about miking up the bride. I don't have to worry about miking up the pastor or the priest. I don't have to worry about miking up the best man. None of that. I just get the audio from the microphone that they talk through, and it saves me tremendously. And it also becomes less of a hassle on their end. You don't have to worry about grabbing these people, and you don't have to worry about bothering the day of these people who it's the biggest day of their life. You don't want to talk to the groom too much and bother him about things that you know are necessary, but they might not necessarily know you need, because you want to make their day as seamless as possible. Now, the second reason that you should get this Zoom recorder is because of the way that I'm using it right now. It's a nice microphone. It's a better microphone than any of the other ones that we'll talk about today, just from the quality of it. Now, I don't know much about bitrate whenever it comes to audio, to be completely honest, but what I do know is this sounds better than those ones. Right now, I have it tapped in through an aux cord right into my camera, which is nice, but you can also just throw an SD card in here and record. That's really nice to have. It's nice. It's the highest quality that you can get, especially from the gear that I own. So next we're talking about microphones that you can mic people up with. First one we'll talk about is the first microphone that I got whenever I was looking for a lav mic setup. This right here is the Rode Mic Lavs. Now this one is the Rode Link, and all it is that you put this on top of your camera, put this right on the hot shoe, plug this into the microphone port in your camera, and then you turn this one on, they connect automatically, and you put this on the waistline of your subject that you'll be miking up, and you just clip the lav to their shirt and you're good to go. You can adjust the audio levels inside of your camera, and this one is actually really good for keeping those mic levels low. Some of them, like the other one I'll talk about, likes to be on auto a lot more than this. So this is pretty custom. It really only adjusts whenever you adjust the camera, which is really nice. You can also shoot on auto, which is nice if you're in a crazy scenario where somebody talks really loud, talks really soft, or you only have one microphone and you're trying to get audio from two different people. But I would definitely recommend the Rode Link. This was my first one that I got. It's really nice, and I'll put the price right here for you because I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head. But this is a good first option, and the last thing we'll say is that it's nice because it runs off of AA batteries. Now, you might think that's annoying, but it is nice because you can then just bring more AA batteries with you and switch them out, and then you have a full battery right away. If it was charged from a micro USB, you would have to wait around for it to charge if it dies throughout a shoot. But since it's just AA batteries and it doesn't pull that much power, you know that you can always have full batteries as long as you are prepared with more batteries in your bag. Now, we're talking about something similar next, and it'll solve one of the problems that I said was wrong with this. This is the Rode Mic Go setup. So this is two different lavs. This right here is one of the microphones. This is the receiver. And then this is another one of the microphones. And then I just decided to order 2 lavs as well. So I have wires, but you don't necessarily need these. You've probably seen on TikTok, you've probably seen actually my reels before, my YouTube shorts before. These right here, the receivers, these have microphones on them. So if you look at the top of it right there, maybe that'll focus, maybe it won't. This is a microphone, and you can actually just clip this to your shirt and use it as a microphone. Now, in my opinion, it looks horrible whenever you just have this dangling right here. So an easy way to get away from that is to grab these handy dandy lavs, plug them into this port right here, and then you can do the same thing as the other microphones. Clip it to your waistline, run it up through your shirt, clip it to your collar, and it's much smaller than having this big thing on your collar. Now, if you needed to, by all means, go ahead, use that microphone. It'll still be good. One drawback from these is that I think that they like to be on auto a lot, and it drives me insane. You can't really bring the microphone levels that low. They do peak sometimes if your subject is talking too loud, no matter what you do on your camera's end, because they peak inside of the receiver. Now that gets really annoying, but it doesn't happen that often, but the fact that it happens at all drives me insane. So whenever you get these microphones, one tip that I have for you is that whenever you connect them, you just press the power button. There's literally one button on the receiver and one on the one that you connect to your camera. I don't know which one's actually the receiver, but this one's the one that you connect to your camera. This is the one that you connect to the subject. That's all you need to know. Turn them both on. Once you turn them on, it's going to want to record with one of the microphones to the left channel and then the other microphone to the right channel. Don't do that because it will just lower the quality dramatically. It is nice sometimes if you need to mic 2 people up. Obviously, if you're using both mics, you will want to mic both people up. And it's nice if they talk over each other, so you have the ability to cut somebody's mic and put the other person's mic on. But the audio lowers dramatically. So I would say turn them both on and then hold these 2 buttons right here, and then it will make it record to both the right and the left channel. So even if you're using both of the microphones, it'll record both of them to the left and the right channel. It'll just up the quality a lot, and it'll make them a lot nicer. The nicest thing about this mic setup is that you can record with 2 people mic'd up at once. It's so nice. It taps right into the camera. You don't have to worry about lining it up in post at all. It's a really nice setup, and it's what I use on my day-to-day stuff. When I shoot my real estate shoots, I can mic up the real estate agent. I can mic up the real estate agent and their partner. I have the ability to mic 2 people up, and it just comes in handy a lot. And it's super, super small. That's really nice too. Look at how small this is. It's amazing. So let me throw these back in the bag so I don't lose them. Now, next thing we're talking about is shotgun mics. First, we'll talk about the lower of the 2 options. This right here is the Rode Video Micro. So this thing is really nice. There's no batteries involved. All you really do, plug it into your camera, and it just directs how the audio is recorded. So you see that is how directional it is. So if the microphone's pointing towards me, it's going to be better than your in-camera microphone. This thing is nice whenever you just want to have a light setup. You want to have some audio. Your audio doesn't have to be anything insane. This is nice because it'll save you. It'll save you if you have to use audio without necessarily expecting it. I would recommend having this on your camera at all times. Having this on your camera, if you're in an event and you just need something as simple as like a fan cheering or something like that. This thing is nice. You can still adjust the audio levels in your camera, which is beautiful, but this just gives you a little bit of a directional sound, a little bit of a directional mic whenever you're recording. It's easy, it's cheap. I'll put the price for this one right here. Sorry, I will put the price in the last one. I didn't mention that. So if you didn't see that, go back, take a look, make it a little bit easier. And then we're talking about my favorite shotgun mic next. This right here is another Rode product. So as you've seen, a lot of these are Rode products. I'm not sure exactly which one this is. This is the Rode Pro, I believe. But there's a couple different options to this. The only reason that this one is nicer than that last one is because there is a battery inside of here. Whenever you have a battery, it turns it on, and it's an actual microphone that picks up more. This thing can be more direct. So even things like if I'm on the sidelines of a basketball game recording it, if it's a high school game, I can get some nice audio of a player yelling or something like that. And also, if I'm vlogging or I'm recording a vlog or anything of that nature, this is really nice to use as a microphone because it'll just get you the highest quality audio without having everybody mic'd up. If you're with a group of friends recording them doing something, these microphones are good because you can get nice audio as long as it's pointing at those people. If they're within 10 feet and the microphone's pointing at them, it's going to be pretty damn good. One thing I would recommend, always keep it at 0 decibels or minus 10 decibels. Never go to that plus 20 or else it'll be peaking, which sounds horrible. I'm sure you've heard this podcast peak before because I mess up with my audio once in a while, but it is what it is. That's the podcast today. Those are my top audio tools for whenever you're shooting. I definitely would recommend getting this Zoom recorder if you shoot a lot of weddings, if you shoot a lot of events. It'll just make it easier, a little bit less stressful for getting clean audio there. If you're shooting a panel, that's what happened with me. Tap into that audio board, record it. It's super small files and it'll save you a whole lot of hassle trying to clean up the audio from a shotgun mic or just from your iPhone. That's actually a little tip too. Didn't think about that until now. But if you actually go into your voice memos on your phone and just record into that, it's a really high quality and it's actually a really nice audio that is doable. You can even plug a lav into your phone, but it is actually nice and it's a good plan B if you mess up audio or something. So for example, if you mess up audio to shoot and you need the client to re-record it, but you don't necessarily want to make the time to go meet with them, tell them to go in their closet so that they have all their clothes around them so that there's no exterior sound and just record what they need to straight into their phone. It will actually be pretty good as long as it's recorded in voice memos. It's a little tip. Saved my ass a couple times, so those are the little things that can actually help you a lot, and they can just have great benefits whenever you're trying to save yourself on a project, whenever you mess up a little bit. But thank you for watching. I hope this helped a little bit. Those are my top audio gear that I use every single day. Go out and get them if you want. Don't get them if you don't want. And I'll see you in the next podcast. Peace out.